Oh man. Oh man. I'm gonna take some heat for this one. All right, folks, that's right. We're gonna talk about my boy Richard Hart on this one, and we're gonna talk about the animal farm. Let's get into it.
I ain't just an average Joe, way above the average flow. Boy, my life is most dope. And I ain't gonna wait for nothing, cause that just ain't my style. Life couldn't get better. This gon' be the best day ever.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beach Office 365, where I bring you the latest and greatest in crypto, DeFi, and passive income. All right, I wanted to do a check-in video. Another day, not having any pigs, so we can't start the farm. And I get it. It's frustrating. You almost have to laugh at this point. I was reading some comments, that were coming in on my last video. I welcome all comments. One thing though, if you're going to use all caps, it's likely I'm gonna erase that. Like, I don't mind if you disagree with anything I say, or if you have if you're bearish on drip or animal farm, like feel free, like leave a comment. I'm totally fine with that. But the all caps thing just looks kind of trashy. Like, if anyone's going to use all caps, it's going to be me. It's just, anyway, I don't want to go off on that. But a lot of people have been saying, if speaking of Forex, right, that if he was working for, like a Fortune 500 company or in the corporate world, with him not following through on his deadlines, he would be fired, right? And the fact that he can't stick to a launch date, he wouldn't stand a chance in regular finance or corporate America, et cetera. And well, yeah, I mean, of course not. But that's not what we're in. We're in DeFi. Okay, so it's completely different. And you're 100% right. He wouldn't. You can't miss deadlines, but that's a whole different thing. And that's not what we're in. So, I don't know why that keeps getting brought up as like a valid argument. Like, we get it. Like, he's obviously not good at sticking to a particular deadline. Some of the stuff that he is doing is a little bit more innovative and involves things that, are beyond me, even in terms of developmental side of things. But I hear the argument. I just think it's getting a little bit like too much. So, but I was then like thinking back on a video that I had done a while back where I was making fun. I was kind of poking fun at Richard Hart, who started Hex, and he's got Pulse and PulseX. And I mean, look, I don't know much about the guy. I know that he's made a lot of millionaires. I mean, Hex is like 10,000x, since its launch 2 years ago. So a lot of people have made a ton of money. They are diehard Richard Hart people, and I don't really have anything bad to say about it, because I just don't know enough, right? But all I know is that he has done amazing things. And I caught a lot of heat, for making that video. And I kept saying, like, look, man, like I'm sure he is the man. I probably will get involved in one of his projects. A lot of people that I respect think very highly of him and think very highly of what he's done. And some of these people aren't even involved in his project. They just know, in terms of analyzing it, that he's the real deal. That said, I don't know if too many people that are in the animal farm and in the drip network, in terms of a delay, right, in terms of being involved in a project that has been on hold and hasn't launched yet, I don't know how much they're aware of how it works, maybe with some other people like Richard Hart. PulseX is a big project that he's come out with, and it has been almost a year since people have sent money. They basically had to send money to a wallet address in return for a particular coin that has zero value right now, because it hasn't even really technically launched on an active chain yet, or an active exchange, I'm sorry. So, there's a lot of people that have just been waiting and waiting and waiting for PulseX, which is Richard Hart's newer project, to launch. And You know, every time like it sounds like it's getting ready to, he has to go back and dig in there and fix it, and because it's got to be perfect before it goes. So I bring this up not to create more like FUD towards him. If anything, let's just go ahead and say, no, he's the man, he's the greatest developer ever. And let's look at the fact that he's developing something and it takes a long time. And just when you think it's done, more stuff happens. Let's take a quick look at something real quick, just so you guys understand. I'm trying to give context here. Okay, this is YouTube channel that came out with this thing a few days ago. And this just gives a little bit more context on what Pulse X is.
So more than $1.6 billion combined were sacrificed, and the pressure on Richard Hart to launch the Pulse chain and Pulse X gets bigger and bigger as time goes on. When you have the money of more than 100,000 people locked in for months, and you have nothing that really works at the moment, you have to provide constant updates to these people. Otherwise, they will freak out and start spreading FUD. So people kept asking when Pulse chain, and soon turned into weeks into months. And in the meantime, we got the Pulse chain testnet version 2 and 3, and at least people can see the progress and that something is actually building behind the scenes. But of course, this doesn't change the fact that more than 40,000 people sacrificed their money almost 1 year ago.
You see what I mean? You know, and again, like this type of stuff, to get this stuff launched, there's a lot of things that go into it that I think a lot of us have no even comprehension of. And, you know, this guy, Richard, has made millionaires, tons of people have just, it's changed their life with what he's done with Hex, right? Which was his original project that he launched. And, you know, so we're dealing with Forex, and, you know, he set this launch date for Thursday, and here we are, you know, 3 days later, nothing. We don't got any pigs yet. Now, I know it's been longer than 3 days in the sense of this has been kind of going on now for a while, but we're not alone. That's what I'm trying to say. So all of the diehard Richard Hart people out there, I'm not saying anything bad about the man because I don't know. All right. Now, if you think that Richard Hart is, you know what I mean, a con artist, and you think Forex is a con artist, why are you watching this video? Why would you even, I mean, clearly I'm like a bullish guy on drip and for like, would you just, I don't get it. But leave a comment because I do want to hear from you. I do want to hear from you. So listen, we're not alone, guys. There's a lot of other people out there that believe in a developer that is meticulous, that has OCD, that is making sure the thing works pristine and perfect. We are not alone. On some, at least some good news. So if we come over, I'm not going to look at the drip chart today. All right, that's not what I'm going to do. But what I am going to do is quickly look at the Bitcoin chart. And why I wanted to bring it up, these were my drawings prior to this happening. Clearly it went in this direction. I hate when I'm right to the downside. But the reason I'm bringing this up is we are definitely hitting a bounce area. So come over, let's see, let's grab one of these. So this is what I had. So the 34, I think I'd even mentioned that in the video that, you know, we got 34 and then we're going to have 32 as well, but let's just hold that. So this 34 from this previous low, it's, you know, it's tapping that. And then if you look at this RSI right here, I mean, we are very oversold. Just for those, you know, if you're familiar with RSI, it's, I mean, if you just even, it's so simple to just look back in terms of every time it goes below the 20 here on the stock RSI, we see a bounce back up, right? So it comes down here and boom, we see a bounce up. So it's way oversold here. All right, there is just, sellers are all over this and buyers are going to need to come in here, or will likely come in here, and we should see at least a little pop. I think it's going to be short-lived, okay, and I still think we got some more downside potentially, but it could at least provide a little bit of relief over the next couple days, which would certainly be welcomed because everything is just awful right now. All the markets, it's just red, it sucks. Not a fun time to be in crypto or in the stock market unless you're going, you know, short on it. But with these DeFi projects, that's just not, you know, that's not an option. So
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly kind of at least leave you guys with something on the positive side. Hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you think. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. You guys know I love comments. One more thing, I'm not a financial advisor, of course. At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. You got to do your own research. And yeah, let's get this, man. I'll see you guys on the next one.